Jennifer Lopez.
Who's Jennifer Lopez?
Me. I used to live here.
Does anybody know where J-Lo's from? I can't seem to remember like what city or what state it was.
I think this whole Jennifer Lopez thing proves just how much common people are not giving a flying fuck about celebrity culture, especially when you see just how hard she's trying to be relatable. Like, how many times is this girl gonna mention the block, but then whenever she goes and visits said block, nobody recognizes her or claims her as one of their own? This girl has been canceling tour dates for low ticket sales, her movie sucks literal ass, and receipts are coming out showing how much of a horrible singer she actually is when people like Ashanti are the ones doing her ghost singing for her. And on top of all of that, all you hear about is her gross attitude towards anyone she feels is beneath her, embodying that nasty diva, I'm rich and you're broke attitude. Let's be real here, homegirl. The only reason why you are famous is because of the role you played as Selena, which came out very shortly after she passed away, which of course made your career skyrocket. And for some reason, her playing the role of an actually talented singer must have gotten to her head, and she then believed that she could also sing, when in reality, she's not that good. You guys ever see that clip of her SNL performance before they dubbed it with auto-tune? The shit sounded like a dying feral cat. So then somebody in the music industry went back in the day, hey, she just got a lot of attention for playing the role of Selena. Let's make her a pop star and movie star with some backstory about her growing up in the Bronx with a dream. It's like, come on, if the music industry is full of plants, she was definitely one of the first ones that were added to the garden. I mean, really ask yourself, if it not for the Selena movie, would J-Lo really be who she is today? And now you have people who have really woken up to how stupid and pointless following celebrity culture has become. Real people are out here struggling, needing to work 2 to 3 hard jobs just to make ends meet. So gone are the days where most people cared about what the Kardashians are up to, or fake ass industry plants who keep talking about the block they're from. What block are you from, J-Lo? Which one? What were the streets? What actual part of this block were you from that you keep mentioning? Is it the same block that you went to middle and high school there, which they both reached out to you asking for donations to help improve their facilities for the kids, to which you told them no? Was it that block? Was it the block that you only go to visit when you're promoting a new movie or an album? The downfall and exposure of J-Lo, I feel, is only the beginning of a good amount of these celebrities being exposed for being frauds, and I'm honestly here for it.
So I've been seeing a couple videos about J-Lo, and I want to talk about it. Like, y'all know why J-Lo doesn't have a fan base. It's the fact she's not a good person. Like, I've watched several interviews with people talking about her, and they didn't say nothing disrespectful, but she's not friendly to nobody. Even there's stories out there about people seeing her out and her not even acknowledging her fans. So you putting out these movies and shit and concerts and nobody's buying it because you don't treat people right. Like, I get celebrities shouldn't have to be speaking to everybody. They are going to have their good and bad days, and that's fine. But when everybody, even your peers, motherfuckers you work with, be like, you go to a restaurant, you taking tips back, that shit spreads. So now you putting this shit out, trying to rebuild your brand to the next generation, and the generation like me is saying, girl, fuck her. She don't like nobody. I think she should focus on acting and also not doing the same fucking movies. Like, what's up her obsession with wedding movies? Like, she should be dibbling every type of acting thing to build a new fan base. But the problem is she don't treat people right. Like, just stuck up for no fucking reason. You go to your own neighborhood and don't even speak to people in the neighborhood that's fans. You got to be a nasty motherfucker to do that. Like, I don't even feel sorry for J-Lo. I can't.
At this point, just say you're from New York City. Like, I would keep the borough and the details a secret, because the way the Bronx has collectively come out and said that they don't know you, that they don't really fuck with you like that. Why? You know, not saying that you can't rep your neighborhood, but like, Jennifer, love, sweetie, outside of the young kids who were born in the 2000s, in the 2010s, a lot of us remember like those before they were famous episodes and those driven episodes on MTV and and all those other specials that you were on where you were talking about your past, you submitted pictures from your past, this being the main one. And so with you I think this is you at 16, like, if I'm not mistaken. And that's not to say that you may have had wild, crazy hair and you decided to cut this before picture day. That could all very well be true. But girl, so I don't know. But what I do know is, honey, girl, you claiming the Bronx and the Bronx don't claim you. The Bronx has beef with you, Jennifer. They got beef with you. I'm just saying, that's what they saying over there in the Bronx. They said, stop bringing us up. Stop invoking the name of the Bronx, because the only time you come here is for publicity and photo ops. You don't do donations. You don't contribute. And yeah, they just want you to stop. I don't know about all that, but I will say this. If she's from the Bronx, you Bronxians are just going to have to deal with that. That's your prodigal daughter. And sis, honey, now she may be lying or embellishing about her experiences within said Bronx, but her old house is there. Her remnants are there. Her old family home and all that is there. So, I mean, do with it what you will. But with that being said, Jennifer, just say you from NYC proper. I just be like, girl, I'm from New York City. And leave it there. Cap it off there. The Bronx don't like you, girl.
Does anybody know where J-Lo's from? I can't seem to remember like what city or what state it was.
J-Lo's out of her fucking mind.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you showed me the video.
Dude, okay, there's this video of J-Lo. I don't know if we can put it in, but we don't need to. I could just fucking say it.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking in the mirror. She takes her hair out of her fucking... She's like working out. She's bent over like the basketball coach.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, this hair reminds me of fucking when I was fearless and free like a fucking girl in the Bronx when I was 16.
It reminds me like when I was 16 in the Bronx, running up and down the block. That crazy little girl who used to fucking... be wild and no limits, all dreams and shit.
Give it up, J-Lo. You've been rich your whole life now. And she's holding on to being this girl in the Bronx. I'm like, dude, you J-Lo.
Have you ever been back to the block?
Dude, doesn't seem like it. And I've heard bad stories about J-Lo. Fuck, I don't know. And you know who doesn't like J-Lo? You know how crazy that was? What? Am I going to get canceled by the J-Lo fans?
I'm just
Because
listening.
you're giving me this face like this.
I'm ready to hear what someone said.
The girl from The Bear?
Yes.
How crazy was that?
What'd she say?
She had a podcast and she was talking so much
she was
shit.
talking all kinds of shit, and they ended up doing SNL together.
I wonder if they talked or if J-Lo was just like this.
She probably only talked to Ben because she's from Dorchester. Dot kid.
Dot kid, come on. Dorchester, come
Dude,
on.
I love that about her. She's
Yeah.
fucking making it big for the rest of us.
Yeah, I'll never
to
run
see
into
that.
J-Lo, so I'm not worried about it.
I will.
What are you going
I'm trying to get on Ben's good side, so gotta schmooze up the wife.
Schmoozy. You and J-Lo would be like this.
Yeah, I mean, we just both look in the mirror. Oh, dude, we had it tough back then, huh? And dude, I still.
Yeah, TikTok be getting to me subliminally, I think, because all I've been watching is y'all talk shit about Jennifer Lopez, and that shit is hilarious. But I really woke up this morning, randomly gonna put on this J-Lo sweater. I put it, I looked at the tag, I'm like, slick by handbag, like I was planning on doing. And then put my Bronx lip shade on. TikTok, leave me alone.
There are so many scenes in Jennifer Lopez's documentary of her doing that, looking haggard, no makeup, getting close-ups of like her wrinkles, lamenting the fact that she can't keep up with her dancers because they're all 21 and she's 54, whatever, like really pushing really hard this poor middle-aged woman trying to be respected, trying to have her artistic vision seen, like just trying to do whatever. Like this big struggle story that she's having right now. But Jennifer Lopez is not struggling. Like, she's rich and famous and lives in a $60 million mansion. Like, you're good, J-Lo. I feel like she's trying to create a new struggle story because that's how she connected with everybody in the beginning, right? She was this young girl, a dancer on like in Living Color from the Bronx, getting on that 6 train, trying to make her dreams come true. I mean, we like identified with that. We got it. It resonated with us. We could get behind it. She was the underdog. We wanted her to win. And in return, we got some pretty good albums. We got some pretty good films. We got some consideration or something back in the art that she was created. It did entertain us. But I don't think she ever created art that really resonated with people deeply and connected to people emotionally, with probably the exception of Selena. I don't think she's ever been that type of artist. It kind of felt more that she was just making art to be famous and to be rich and to get attention. I mean, if you contrast that with, like, let's say Taylor Swift, who's also a very wealthy, famous woman, but is creating art that is telling the stories of all of these young women and young people's lives, or even millennials and other people's lives, talking about love and talking about that emotional connection and relationships. People relate to that. Beyonce, what she did with Renaissance, highlighting and platforming like the queer community, especially the queer Black community, giving that space, giving it a voice, celebrating it. That connected people in such a powerful way. And that's what art can do. And I think people would gladly buy their albums, go to their tours, spend money, time, and their precious resources because they were getting something of value in return, something that made a difference in their lives. And I feel like JLo's career, her art has always been about just platforming herself, making herself richer, making herself more famous, making her the center of attention. It doesn't really do anything for us. And I don't know how much she's really done for other people. I mean, there's a lot of videos on the timeline right now of people from the Bronx talking about how she uses being from the Bronx as like a gimmick or a way to get herself clout or to get herself some type of authenticity. But she hasn't really done anything for the community there. I feel like post-COVID, people's time and their money and even their mental and emotional space is very precious to us now. And we're not going to waste it or put it towards somebody who's not giving us anything that matters in our lives artistically. And that's why this era is flopping so bad. The album wasn't good. The film wasn't good. She's not giving anything of quality, and that's what people need right now because people are struggling. People are trying to make sense in their lives. They're trying to make their lives good, and art has the power to help us in that struggle, but she's not doing anything to help us. All she's doing is creating art, if you want to call it that, to platform and elevate herself, make herself more famous, make herself richer, and we have no interest in doing that, JLo. I mean, you're fine. You're not struggling, hon. You're good.
Locke, did you hear what JLo said?
Was that lady talking about me again?
Yeah, she was.
Oh my God. Can she let it go? It's been more than 30 years. Why does she always bring me up? She's going around telling everybody that I had her looking all kinds of crazy. That's not even true. Why is she discrediting me? Can you please ask her to stop talking about me?
Why don't you ask her yourself?
Because she won't even listen to me. I already told her to keep my damn name out of her fucking mouth. Next time you see her, please tell her to stop talking about me. Stop referencing me in her documentaries and her little lip sync songs because I don't even like her like that. I can barely remember that lady and I have really good memory.
Okay, so I'm breaking my rule about making TikToks just because I want to talk about this JLo thing because I feel like you guys have lost the plot. Well, some of you. I just seen a girl make a video about Jennifer Lopez saying how she might be having this existential crisis where she's reviewing her life and her career and her choices and what she's done and why she's famous and da. That's not what's happening with Jennifer Lopez. Let me tell you what's happening with Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez is a narcissist. That's it. She's a narcissist. It's not that deep. You don't have to think too hard to theorize about Jennifer Lopez. She's just a narcissist. It's the reason why she thinks she can sing, why she thinks she can hold a note. It's the reason why she thinks she can go on a world tour and sell out. It's the reason why she put $20 million into this movie. It's the reason why she thinks she's Beyonce. She's just a narcissist. It's not that deep. Let me just say that I am a JLo lover and a JLo hater at the same time. I love her and I cannot stand her at the same time. One day I like her, the next day I cannot stand her. Don't know why. It's been like that for a while. I think the part of me that really loves her is this like little gay Latino boy who kind of like lives for her. And I still kind of like live for her because she's kind of dope. And then the person who hates her is like this grown-up version of myself who just sees how shady she is. And I know people who have met her, and every experience they've had has just been awful. I've never heard nothing nice about this lady. But I'm also not going to sit here and act like she's not iconic. Like, Jennifer Lopez is iconic to me. I'm sorry. Like, she is. She's an entertaining... She's a good performer. She cannot sing for shit, but she's a good performer. And there have been times throughout her performances where I'm like, oh, the bitch can hold a note. Because she's had so much training, but she's still tone deaf. But in between, there are times where it's just like, okay, that kind of sounded right. That kind of sounded good right there. Actually, I'm not going to front. I'm going to give you that one. Her Spanish album was really good, actually. I've never listened to any J-Lo album because I refuse to. I would never put myself through that. But her Spanish album did eat. So she's a good performer. She killed her halftime football shit. She killed that shit. And she makes entertaining movies. I'm not talking about that Prime video, that little shit that she came out a couple of weeks ago. I did not watch it. I think I refuse to watch it, but also I kind of want to hate watch it because I just need to experience the level of horror that you guys have. Her red carpets always eat. 9 out of 10 times she's going to eat on the red carpet. So I'm not going to sit here and act like she's a nobody who has never done anything, who has never gave me something that I live for, who has never... She's just iconic in her own sense. Is she fucking Beyonce? Hell no. She knows that. Or maybe she doesn't because she's a narcissist. But we know. That's the point. We know. And we never miss an opportunity to remind her. Her problem with music is that she could have been a lot bigger with music than she is if she would have focused on what she's good at. She makes dope dance music. On the Floor, Dance Again, 2 dope ass songs. She could have really stayed in that lane, but because she's narcissistic, she thinks she can make ballads, and she can't. Nobody around her tells her that she cannot. Nobody around her tells her, J-Lo, mamita, this is your lane. You should stay here because you're good at it. We could have had a lot more hits from her like that if she would have just stayed in her lane. Because she can make a hit. And if she would focus on getting good scripts for movies, instead of constantly wanting to be the damsel in distress in the movie who just needs to find love. Oh my God. Because when she steps out of that role, she's great. Like Hustlers, I think that's the name of the movie, where she was almost nominated for an Oscar. She ate. But she can't help herself because she's a fucking narcissist. That's really literally where it should start and end, okay?
Jennifer Lopez.
Who's Jennifer Lopez?
Me. I used to live